Hey there everybody, how's it going? My name is Nightshade, of course, from IvD Gaming, and bringing you a great replay here out of a replay pack submitted by our new hire Phog. And of course, down in the bottom right hand corner, using one of his Smurf accounts actually, Be Happy being the name. Laugh and be happy, of course. And down in the bottom right hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, is Phog. And his opponent today on Frost is going to be from Team Deimos, or Deimos, I believe it's Deimos is the correct pronunciation. Deimos actually is a Canadian team, if you're wondering, and ladies and gentlemen, of course, is going to be Deemo. So it is going to be the Canadian versus the American, and so we'll see where this is going to go. It'll be fun, let's just put it that way. And bringing up a little bit of profile information here for you guys. Of course, Phog is Drew Roberts, only 15 years of age, and a new hire, of course, with IvD Gaming. He was formerly with Quantic Gaming, and gained a great deal of experience and a little bit of recognition as well with his work with Quantic. So we're very happy to have him on board IvD Gaming. A very accomplished player, and certainly will have no problems continuing to proceed as he gets older and more experience in the pro gaming circuit. So we're very happy to have him on board. Of course, as we see, his builds are quite refined. He is going to go for that hatch build first, and hatch play is pretty safe to go. If you're playing on a 4-spawn location map, such as Frost, where it is random, it's very safe for you to be able to expand first as a Zerg player, because if you're playing against Terran, as we are in this particular matchup, Terran's going to take a bit of time to be able to get out any kind of fast Reapers, fast Hellions, fast Banshees. Anything quick is still going to take time, and you're still going to have enough time to be able to really deal with any kind of aggression. So, and you don't have to worry about, you know, proxy Banshees, or sorry, proxy racks or anything of that nature, because he first has to scout you, and that will always alert you as to when, after that point, you know when you can kind of get attacked. So if he scouts you quickly, then you change your build a little bit. But in this particular case, scouting is going to take a little bit, as Deemo is going to scout out with the SCV, going with the counterclockwise. I think, yeah, that would be counterclockwise first. So he's going to check out the bottom location. Of course, a lot of people will recommend you always do close bases first, is because if you do scout them, at least you can eliminate them from possibilities later. If, let's say, for example, you scout this base first, well, you still have two options, and they're going to take a long time to get to this one, and then even longer to get to this one. Whereas if you just do the quickest route, going all the way around in a circle, you'll be in better shape. You'll get more information faster. So if you scout this, you now know he's on the bottom side of the map. If you really have to, you just scout this one next with a different SCV, and now you know he's in the bottom right hand corner. So if you do double scout, just for both closest positions, and you, by process of elimination, you now know where he is, you just don't know what he's doing. Of course, as we do see out of Phog, is of course his gas. It is going to get saturated, sucks out 100 of it, finishes off, puts everything back on workers. Going to get his speed done first, and pretty good choice all in all. This will give him good map control, and the reason why he's taking his workers off gas is because he's not following this up with any aggression just quite yet. He wants to get his economy up and running a little bit better. We can expect to see a third out of him fairly soon. Of course, there's going to be a bit of a skirmish here in the center of the map, as the Lings are going to chase this Reaper around, as Deemo wants to get this Reaper on out here, and Phog doing a pretty good job of delaying the scouting here as he continues to tie up this Reaper, and that's going to just continue to be a constant nuisance here. Now the combat drugs are going to kick in on this Reaper and completely heal it. Of course, as we can see down in the bottom right, he's not full health. But Overlords are getting into position here as for scouting, as you can see, moving their way on over. Once he's identified he was up there, Phog transitions his Overlords over to provide that information. Now, of course, we do have Queens in play here as well, one at each base, and of course, no, there is no third up just quite yet. We'll see where this is going to go. Reaper is going to check on down here just to take a quick look. He's checked the northern third location. He's going to see that there is no third, so he's going to have to be a little bit concerned, because off two bases, at this particular point in time, a Zerg can actually become quite potent, because they can actually string quite a bit of larvae if they really feel so inclined. Of course, a lot of Lings are going to chase out Deemo here, going to catch a couple of Hellions and start working away on the heels of these Reapers. Reapers not quite quick enough to deal with unfortunately, with Speedlings. And as you can see, the Speedlings are going to take care of that other Reaper. Hellions are quick enough, but he's trying to get back. He's like, let me in, let me in, let me in. Come on, open the door. Not going to happen with that many Lings behind you. He is going to die. And there is, of course, this bunker with a couple of Marines inside, which are going to dissuade Phog from continuing to try and be a bit of a nuisance, at least as far as a base invade. Of course, we do have bunkers going up on the high ground. And we do see, actually, just a standard play, a 1-1-1 build out of Deimo. Double gases has been taken. Of course, no gas taken down in the natural just quite yet. In fact, actually, he's just trying to get his workers up and running here. But we do take a look down in Phog's base. Double gas is now being taken. We can see a shadowed Roach Warren is also going to drop. Third base has already been started, well on the way. And of course, also an extractor has gone down here as well. So he's going to be switching on over to Roach play, which is a pretty good choice. Roaches are a pretty good unit against Hellions. And a pretty good choice, all in all. Now, he is going to poke on in here with these Widow Mines, and a couple of Lings are going to absorb a couple of shots here from one of the Widow Mines, unfortunately. And we do have a Viking heading on around, just eliminating a lot of these scouting overlords here as we continue to follow. It's already taken out one. It is going to continue on a pre-designed path of pain and suffering as it continues to fly on by. And it did miss this one overlord here. Thank goodness, I suppose. But Lings are going to head on over here. Are going to reveal it. I stand corrected, actually. It looks like, yeah, Hellions are going to reveal the one overlord. Vikings are going to head on back here. And I actually never noticed that the missile pods here, actually, they're in the top of the unit. And, yeah, they shoot from the top. Or do they shoot from the bottom? It's hard to make out from the animation, but it looks like they're coming out of those rocket pods at the top. But anyway, nice little things that we catch as the game progresses, though. Deimo is going to push on down onto Phog's Creep, and is going to see exactly what's going on, but there are some Roaches and some Queens here to say, hello, no-knock visits. We don't appreciate those. And as you can see, you're going to transition on down towards that third base here, but Phog continuing to macro up, but he's doing it very, very safely. He's doing it very, very wisely. Of course, Lings are up here, going to reveal where that Viking is located, and you can see actually the Viking also revealing the other way around. It goes both ways, and the Lings are, having been revealed, are going to have to deal with the fact that they are now absolutely roasted. And as you can see, the corpses are going to disappear from our field of view. Queen is going to poop down a creep tumor. I love the fact that they do that. They basically puke larvae and poop creep tumors. I don't know what's with the development team here. But anyway, no big deal, you know. I kind of get it. There is going to be a bit of a drop. A good number of Marines, a Marauder, and some Hellions, and even some Widow Mines as well. Just the right unit composition. Phog in a lot of trouble here as he does not have a lot with which to deal with. Reinforcements are going to arrive, but I don't know if it is going to be enough. Widow Mine number one is going to get sniped. The other one is going to get burrowed and a shot off. Fortunately, Widow Mines do not one-shot Roaches. More Roaches are going to arrive as well, and that is going to force a pickup here. A Deimo is going to hightail it on out, but they're not flying actually out of there. They're actually going to just still continue to be there, and the Roaches are going to be nearby. This is going to keep Phog somewhat defensive by having this drop right here. There's not much else you can do about it. Of course, we do see this Viking is going around now up to 5 kills as it's trying to hunt down a lot of these loose overlords. And in fact, actually going to find one on over here. Going to take care of it as well. That'll make it up to 6 kills. That's 600 minerals worth killed by one Viking. That's 150 minerals and 75 gas for the Viking here. And you see that's going to kill it off fairly quickly here. And Roaches are going to go up onto the high ground here to try and help defend against any kind of attack or drop up on the high ground here. And that's a good choice by Phog. He's going to have to be contending with the fact that his third bases are going to be a priority to maintain. And as you can see, actually, Deimo is going to spot those Roaches and like, oh, I'm going to do a drop. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. And he's going to have to back right on off. But Deimo has taken a third of his own, and but he is going to drop off that little bit of an army there. And he's going to actually get engaged here by the Roaches. You can see the Roaches are going to take care of, or try to take care of that Marauder. Marauder is going to get picked up. Nice little drop play out of Deimo. Nice, good control all in all. And again, he's going to pick up and fly on out of here. The other medevac is going to head on back. But it looks like he's going to head all the way over here to the third. Get a quick drop off, but it is going to get surrounded very quickly by the Roaches, and with the support of the Queen, that should get mopped up fairly quickly. Now there is a steady stream of Roaches heading its way across the map. Deimo in a lot of trouble here, but as we see, there is a good sized force as well as a tank on the high ground, and shelling in is going to be enough to just kind of give Phog a little bit of an idea how to deal with this. He's going to spread his forces up as he's continuing to try and evaluate exactly what he's up against, but he is going to arrive with a couple of overseers that are going to provide some high ground vision, and as you can see, he's going to back that tank up actually from the edge here so it can't get sniped by accident. And Deemo with really good unit control here today and just making really good decisions that Phog is in fact actually going to have a very, very hard time being able to deal with them. That being said, Deemo up in his base, as you can see, macroing away like crazy. A lot of barracks. A couple of factories for some tank support. But he is going to push on out here. And he's got a good size force, and it's actually kind of scary. There's a lot of Marines, good number of tanks. Upgrades-wise, it's not great. It's just 1-1 so far completed. He's got nothing started just quite yet as for 2-2, whereas Phog, on the other hand, does have 2-2 already on the way. His +2 missile attack will finish up fairly soon, probably in about the next 10 seconds or so. There it is. If it would stop moving. No, I stand corrected. 30 seconds or so. It's going to be about 2 minutes before his armor, his carapace, finishes up. But he will have that upgrade advantage. Of course, he does have pathogen glands already started, which means he has an infestation pit somewhere on this map. I hope we will expect to see some infestor play, which is going to be pretty good against bioforces of this size. Pathogen glands give it an extra 25 hit point. I think it is 25. Yeah, extra 25 energy to infestors as they spawn with it. So they'll basically be able to spawn with a fungal growth ready to go. And he's got 6 infestors on the way. So, and he has certainly good economy, although I should point out that he's not expanded out to his fort just quite yet. I'm a little surprised by that. In fact, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that creep tumor is actually being the reason why. It might be blocking his ability to throw it down. Of course, roaches are pretty good against Marines, but not against the tanks that are supporting them from behind. And with the support of those medevacs, a couple of Marines that were injured are going to get healed up. But you can see actually that the roaches and infestors here are going to get scattered up. Doesn't want to clump anything up too much, but he is going to hotkey off those infestors off to a different hotkey, as I'm sure you can see. He's just kind of just mixing up his army. He's just kind of getting that perfect composition. Of course, he does have creep, or he did have creep tumors there, providing him a level of vision. But as you can see, scans are revealing all those creep tumors. But there is going to be an engagement here, and it's a fairly wide berth here. This is a very large concave here going on from Phog. Fungals are going to go down on all of these bio units as well as these tanks, and that is going to soften them up and pin them down so that they cannot escape the wrath and the pain and the suffering of these roaches, that they continue to spit acid onto those units, and they are going to die and flee. The remaining ones are going to do precisely that. So all in all, Phog with a really good engagement there, and Deimo is now going to have to sit on his back foot as his army supply is quite a bit behind, 129 to 96 in the favor of Phog at this particular point in time. Yeah, and as you can see, as they're going to continue to push on over on the creep, they're actually going to kill off that one creep tumor so that they can get down that hatch. There it goes. And yeah, as we continue to see, these creep tumors are getting pushed off. Now, if you guys are wondering, creep itself does not provide vision. The creep itself actually provides a speed bonus to units that are on creep. Now, the actual vision is being supplied by the creep tumor, which is about this. Its vision is the same size as the creep with which it spawns. So in this particular case, this creep tumor here on this far edge is getting vision of about this size of circle. So, and then this one will extend it out even further. Of course, the forces here of Deimo are going to push on over. There is a drop going on in the base here, but it is going to get mopped up. How many workers were killed? Just 8 in the total, so not a huge victory here for Deimo, as the third, or rather the fourth base, is in production right now. As we can see, reinforcements have shown up. There are hydralisks supported by some infestors and roaches here. So there is going to be a siege, though, going on, and I think this is going to be the dance between both of these players as they try to get themselves into a good position. You can, of course, see that there is going to be a medevac drop flying on in here to the right-hand side to see if you can maybe pull these units out of position, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Just a handful are probably going to get peeled off. Yeah, it looks like just a couple, but however, the workers are still under attack here. The main focus they'll having to contend with is that he may very well lose this fourth base if he pulls too many units, but it looks like he is going to send everything on over to try and take care of it. So many workers having been killed so far. Oh my goodness, it's just continuing to climb here. But that has left a window open for the remaining forces to push on forward. And Phog looking like he's in a little bit of trouble here. But he is going to show back up, and a money fungal growth is going to go down on top of those Marines, softening them up for immediate death and destruction as these roaches and hydras are going to push on forward. Tanks are still sieged up, but they are going to fall very, very quickly by this sustained attack And this is maybe the one thing that Deimo did not want to do, is piss off the dragon, because as you can see, Phog is continuing to chase on back. He's going to see that you only want to snipe yourselves a quick tank here. Tank's going to get a good couple of hits, though, softening up some of those roaches, and they are going to die. Meanwhile, at the same time, Deimo is going to fall back to this watchtower position, which is a pretty good choice, especially with siege tanks, because the watchtower's range is actually larger than that of the siege tank and provides an ample amount of vision. As you can see, the line of the siege tank on here on the right-hand side of the map, the vision actually extends further, giving that one extra hex, because siege tanks' visions is so much shorter, actually, than their actual firing range. So, however, we do have the forces here of Phog down at the bottom of the map on the opposing watchtower. Hilarious, but neither player can see each other as Phog is going to push on forward. This should come into the vision of Deimo, and he's going to see it, and I think he's going to be very careful, but if he's quick enough, he can actually get on in here, catch himself a couple of tanks, kill them off very quickly, and if he's able to do so, and a nice fungal growth is going to hold all of those Marines into position, and another one, and chaining the fungals together to ensure that none of them are going to be able to advance onto these Hydralisks, and the Hydras are going to push on forward. Beach balls are going to be spat on out here with infested Terrans contained within, and as you can see, Deimo is complaining a little bit about how Phog's engagement has worked in his favor, and as you can see, he's going to push on back on forward and go for this fourth base, but there is no military with which to speak of, and he is going to tap on out, but does not GG. That's okay, Deimo. We've got you covered, big guy, and I'm sure that in the next engagement with Phog, you will have a great old time, as I'm sure Phog had a challenging time with you. But ladies and gentlemen, check Phog out, IvDgaming.com, and of course, check out all of the guys on IvD Gaming as they stream live at IvDgaming.tv.